I've been going through so much, yet to people, it just looks like I'm doing nothing but waiting. And I am. Waiting for answers for years that never come. And I speak all these like amazing and vast things alone at my house. And then it's like I've been on record at my house through some bugs that were put in by my son's dad, that law enforcement or military or FBI or whoever, I don't know. I don't know who's been listening now, if they were listening 6 years ago or 4 years ago or two or whatnot. If I was being transmitted to some other country where they were just listening to me the whole time live, assuming that I was part of some new reality show kind of, melodrama. I'm not. I'm not an actor. I'm not doing any publicity stunts. You see me walking around looking how I look. I am dressed up certain ways. I'm not a teenager. I'm not a fat teenager. You're going to smoke me up. I'm not a fat cupcake. You want to eat me up. I'm 46. I'm a mom to a 7-year-old with autism. He's nonverbal and he's been removed from me. I say he's been kidnapped by the government because I feel like that. Because I feel like the people that took him from me, they took him wrongly. Both times they took him. 4 years I've had to do this 2 times, almost 3, because the things that they're requiring me to do, get mental health assessed and drug test and drug counseling and psychiatric evaluations and meetings and things, it's almost impossible. And I am not crazy, and I'm not a drug addict, and I don't have an abusive spouse, and I have a car, and I am looked at like I am some middle class, upper class, farmer's daughter here, but I am at, poverty level. I'm on food stamps. I have welfare insurance. I have a government phone. I also have T-Mobile, but I can barely afford the bill because, something's gotten things mixed up with all the phones. There's something wrong. The communication that's been going back and forth has been skewed. Messages are being sent to other people. People are receiving messages from me. I don't know if my phones have been cloned. But you can take the SIM card out of a phone and put it in another phone, and then it's like that phone is theirs. And I've had things on my phone disappear and accounts, switched around, and I don't even care about any of that now, really. But it's just, I've been involved in a lot here. And so for people to look at me and think, oh, you're so smart. These cats in the trash. You could go and get a job. And it's like, I could. I've had a job. I've been a manager. I've been almost district manager of companies before. I was earning $28 an hour in the early 2000s, making $2,400 a week and every 2 weeks checks, Then that was a lot then. Like now it would be doubled. I'd own my own company. I'd own my own home. But I was involved in a couple of very long, tumultuous relationships that drained me completely, financially and emotionally. I did allow myself to be there because I have been programmed wrongly. When you're born and you're supposed to be receiving love and kindness and gentleness. And if you receive anger and hatred and lies, especially lies, it's like you're programming a computer, and you want to program it with truth. If you program that computer with lies, it's like everything that comes in is a lie. And how am I supposed to discern lies from truth if all I get is lies? And I've had to do it all on my own, all by myself, all without emotional support. My family never understood me because I'm adopted. They don't understand who I am here. My bloodline does go back to ancient times of deities that created you guys here. The Anunnaki, An, Ki. The only thing that separates An, Ki is Anu is God, right? And An is the heavens above, and Ki is earth. Anunnaki, Nuna, na 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 na, na 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 na, do 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 do, na 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 na, banana hands, do 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 do. It's funnier sometimes, but regardless, there is all these things that are being channeled through me now because I come from a line before this timeline. This earth has been through several cycles. We're on the 5th, going into the 6th. And it's about to be destroyed. You take earth and it's spelled earth, Earth. You blow that up, all those letters go all over the place. But if you creatively take that H and shove it right in the front, it spells heart. You have to do it with love. Back when everything was new, when it was island, when it was like one land, everything was one. One continent, one love, one. With 20 eyes in my head, Glenn Danzig did say. 20 eyes. The Ireland, the Iraq, the Ireland, the Iceland. But then there was a split and the divide, and then there was the Jamaica land, and it's the I and I. I see you over there. I see your I and I. Rastafari. The little tail just splits off from the eyes, and then it broke up into what it is now. There are so many things that I am communing now at the same time that I am being tortured and traumatized with my only son being removed from me for the second time, when I know that we are here to bring new things. Like God spoke existence, and it is, and it's been, and it's about to be done. And I'm here like a new, like the eon of new, and I speak truth, and I bring these things to you. They are barely still coming to me, and I'm still here doing it alone. I've had very few supporting people, and most of them have been enemies. You learn a lot from people. I have so many things that I need to bring out, that I need to get out, because I just want to enjoy life here with my son. And the whole time it's been like, I just want to be somewhere cool with my son where we have a bathtub and a pool. And I can be artistic and creative and inspire, because that's what I'm here to do, inspire, like amuse. Like I'm amusing, like I'm a clown to you, like you think I'm funny. How funny am I? The reason it's so funny is because I'm so tortured and it hurts so much. It's never been like this for me. I've been struggling to be like this my whole life, even though I've been the same. I've always been the same. You talk to people that knew me in high school, they think that I am a daughter of mine from back then, like if I had a child then and I never did. I just am healing myself, because we have the ability to heal our bodies. We don't have to go through all these processes that you people have devised to make money. The doctors, the hospitals, the pharmacies, the things that people don't need, that's tainting them, that's poisoning them, that's keeping them sick. It just is. There are some things that help, but there are so many ways that I know that I see, like that promised land. And you kill everybody that sees that promised land. The birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, the moon up above, and the sky, and the crickets, and the snakes, and the spiders. They all know, all life knows, except for people. Because I felt those messages from all of them. It's the map. I see it, though. But none of you do, because you're all involved in all of this chaos and drama, and all you care about is what other people think and what you have and what they have and how much you can get. And yeah, I care what people think, but it's like I just care how I'm received. I really don't give a fuck what you people think. I'm going to be myself no matter what. But I've barely even been able to do that, because I'm still ostracized at every level, because anything that I say, oh, you sound so fast, you're on drugs, you're crazy, you're talking crazy talk, aliens and God and the devil. Yeah, I do drive around with a car that has an upside down cross on it. God is the right side up cross in heaven. We're the upside down cross, the puddle of mud, the dirty, ugly, reflecting back to him. And I am a mirror. I reflect that to him. I have a channel directly in, because I remember coming from there. I don't know if any of you do. Maybe you say that you do. But I remember it in a way different from all of you. I remember so many ways that I've never heard any of you say, or researched, or read. I'm just a high school graduate. I went to community college. I took electives. I went to beauty school, Paul Mitchell and Fresno. I am a licensed cosmetologist, non-practicing. Just being around people at the level that I was, it's very draining. And I'm a healer, and I'm a muse, and I absorb and I put out. And there are ways that I need to absorb and put out that I'm not able to do. And the Akashic Records, it's like this gallery of information in the ether. And the ether is like space. But it's like the Ethernet. Like Ethernet is the Ethernet cables that you plug in to the computer when you wanted to get on the internet in the beginning. Well, our minds, our unconscious minds, are plugs that plug into God, the unconsciousness above, below, all around us, all the time. The Ethernet. And at night we plug in our dreams. Once online, somebody asked me, if you could ask God any question, what would you ask? And I said, what do you dream about when you sleep? Fuck, because does God ever sleep? I mean, I don't know. He said that he does and he doesn't. He is there and he's eternal, and all of us are there also, but in different ways. Some of us he can't reach, some of us he can't see or hear, but he's here in everyone, in everything, all around us, all the time. But somehow those channels of information has been askewed back to him because it's been separated in too many religions that don't radiate back the same way. Like Earth is a machine. Like I look up in the sky and I see the gears and the wheels and the things. And I started pushing and turning on them. And then I realized that I was doing these movements with my hands. Like when you see people pray with their wrists and they shake their hands, or they push up into the air, or stamp into the ground with their feet, or drop to their knees, or down like a plank and pray all at once. Whole nations of people will do it, and God will hear them. But sometimes one person just sitting in the dark praying alone to God can be heard also. It's weird to do this, being here at this time in life. And then feeling like I've been put on display, part of some sort of a show for all of you. I didn't want it to be like this. I knew that I had a lot to bring, but I wanted it to be more palatable. I didn't want to be at my worst, ugliest, which I have been. And I've been at my best. But I felt so dirty and rejected just because I don't have the love of my life to be with me and do things with. And my son has been that, and he's been removed from me, and we have lost so much time together. And it's like, I still don't have anyone here to tell me the truth. And I have been screaming for years. Please, will someone just bring me the truth? We saw you online. We heard you do this. We were paid to drive by you. We have this car that has these license plates that have this number on it, and that was leading you to this. There's so many ways that I have all this information. Like the Devil's Codex is nothing on the shit that I am bringing you. And my son's dad has split it up into like dozens and dozens of people. If everything was written down in documents, it would be several delivery trucks of information. And that's a lot for me to just come to you all of a sudden, all alone, not studying, not knowing, not having any mentors or anything. I'm just dabbling. It's time now to be heroes instead of zeros. But everything started out in numbers, right? Like zero. It's not just a number, and unlike any other. It's not empty at all, but it's full of all the other numbers. And now it's time to fill ourselves up and be new in ways that we've never been before. You know, like Earth is spelled Earth, and E is the E's, the L's, the Elohims, the A is the Anunnakis, the R is the reptilians, the T is, I don't know, Tesla, Kronos, Elon. People can, I think it's like the Lord of the Rings, and everything's all like witches and wizards and warlocks and, goblins and shit. It's like, where's the elf bar? No, it's in Mordor. No, it's far too far for the elf bar. It would never be there. That's where the orcs are. That's where Frodo Baggins' Teabags Cafe is, though. For the orcs in Mordor. And then H is the Hydra, the dragon. But I'm taking us to the Hydra Anunnaki. So we take that H at the end of Earth and put it out in front of the Earth. Well, it's a Earth. But it's just because if you don't want to spell hath, you want to spell Earth, but you want to spell heart. So it's just going to go in the front and just spell it in a new way. I can explain it to the astronomical physicists and psychologists and mathematicians and theologists and stuff, but where are they? Devil's Casino and all of the inventions and creative things and ideas and jokes and stories and theories and ways to move things around aside, I still don't have answers where my son is. And if I have to just hold him hostage the next time I'm at a visitation with him, I'll do it. But I have court on Thursday, and I can't even find an NA meeting to go to because every time I go to one, there's nobody there. And then I'm still feeling like a rejected piece of shit. And that's wrong.